Okay, in previous topic we have learned about language processor. Language processor means type of software that is we used to convert into machine language. Okay, generally there are three types of language processor. First one is assembler, second one is compiler, and the third one is interpreter. As we as you already know, what what does assembler do? Assembler generally convert any low level program into machine code. Similarly, compiler convert high level program into machine code, and interpreter also convert high level program into machine code. But the main difference between compiler and interpreter is that compiler read whole program at once, and after reading the whole program it convert into machine language code, and such machine language code is called object program. Similarly, interpreter uh, execute program by reading statement by statement. Okay, if there is any error occur during reading any particular program, it generate error, so that user can know that the following program contains some error, so he can rectify it, and again he run the following interpreter, so that his program work smooth and functioning. Okay, the next topic is utility software. Utility software are programs designed to perform maintenance work on computer system. Generally, as the name suggests, utility means some form of usefulness. Okay, so there are various type of utility software that provide certain needs to us, such as disk cleanup. Disk cleanup software generally we use to clean up the storage in our system, which is preoccupied or occupied by application when we are using different sets of application in our system. Okay, so to free up certain space, we use disk cleanup. Similarly, antivirus generally we use for the protection of system against various malicious threats or viruses, so that our file in the system should not be corrupt or stolen by other party. Some famous example of antivirus is Norton, AVG, and Quickhill. These are the antivirus software which is popular. Similarly, there are certain types of data compression software. Data compression means to compress any kind of data into small size. For the following purpose, we use data compression software, and the example are WinRAR. This is WinRAR, and the other one is WinZip. These are the popular data compressor software. So you should know what are the popular data compression software are. Okay. Next is application software. As the name suggests, application software is a set of programs which do certain specific task or function according to our needs. Generally, there are two types of application software. One is general purpose application software, which is used by anyone, and the other one is specification based, means it implication based software, which is we need according to our specific task only. Okay, for example, research purpose, scientific purpose, we require certain types of application which is generally used for our needs only. For that types, we need another types of software. General purpose or purpose application software generally we use by anyone. For example, Microsoft Word. Okay, Microsoft Word has various kind of software, that is MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, spreadsheet. These are all popular spreadsheet software which you already know, because in previous class there is a topic under MS Office. Okay, so I am sure you are familiar with the MS Office tools like MS Word, PowerPoint. Okay, next is database management system. As the name suggests, database generally we use to store or create our data in meaningful and organized way. For such kind of purpose, we use database management system. And the popular Example of database management system is DBMS. Oracle is the company which provides such kind of application. Second one is Microsoft Visual Fox Pro. It also provides database management application software. So these are the popular software which we are used to create our data according to our needs. Okay. Next type of software is desktop publishing software. This type of software generally we use to create or design like books, journal, brochure, newspaper. For such kind of editing, we require specific type of software that is called desktop publishing software. And the example of such software is Adobe InDesign, Quark Express. These are the software which comes under the category of desktop publishing software. Okay. And the next topic is graphic multimedia and presentation software. As the name suggests, this software are generally used to create presentation, okay, and to look our animation video more attractive. For such kind of application, we generally use graphic media presentation software, and the popular one is Adobe Photoshop, which is generally used to apply any effect or editing effect in photo. Adobe Director, Impress, okay, PowerPoint generally we use for presentation purpose only. Okay, these are all kinds of multimedia presentation software. And the second types of application software is specific purpose application software. That is, it is developed only for specific purpose only. It is developed keeping in mind the requirement of organization or individual. Software program data design especially to carry out specific tasks such as human resource management, attendance system, payroll system, school inventory control system, billing system. For all this kind of tasks, we require certain specific type of software. For this purpose only, we need another type of software that is called specific purpose application software. Now we are moving on next topic, that is called computer memory. As the name suggests, we already know that computer also has a memory, but it has two parts. First one is called primary memory and second one is called secondary memory. In primary memory, generally predefined instruction set generally store which is required by the processor at the time of processing information, which we generally provide computer with the help of its input device. Okay, you already know some input device, that is keyboard, mouse. With the help of this device, we provide information to the computer. To process such kind of information, computer also require memory so that he can remember what information he has to process. There are two types of memory. First one is called RAM and the other one is called ROM. RAM is called random access memory. It is temporary memory. Generally, some sets of application program and computer processes generally accessed by it. It is volatile. It is volatile in nature. That means it does not retain any memory after we switch off the computer. Okay, it means it does not hold any data after turning off the computer. That's why it is called volatile memory. Second one is ROM. That is mainly hardware based. It is pre-installed on computer motherboard, and it generally does not lost its memory after we switch off the computer. Okay, so ROM is generally a memory which contain are written at the time of manufacturing. That is, in the ROM generally the instruction set are inserted. So when we turn on the computer, generally check all the hardware of the computer, that all the hardware are working or not. Such kind of instruction are inserted in ROM. Okay, so the main difference between RAM and ROM is non-volatile, whereas ROM is volatile. And the second type of memory is called secondary memory, in which generally we store our data. It is called, for example, hard disk, floppy disk, optical disk, magnetic disk. All such kind of storage device are called secondary memory of the computer. Now we are going to learn some example of its secondary memory, such is called floppy disk. What is floppy disk? You can look the image of floppy disk. It look like this. Okay, the floppy disk generally used in previous day. Nowadays it is not popular. but for the knowledge you should know how a floppy disk look like. This is the image of floppy disk. It is a magnetic storage device. It has flat, okay, and it has a storage capacity of 1.44 MB. Another one is hard disk. It is very popular, as you know. Hard disk is also referred as Winchester disk. It is a similar concept of working as floppy, but has very much larger capacity. Okay, it's mean it has very large capacity to store any kind of data in it. Okay, the third type is magnetic disk, and the image is like this. And this magnetic disk, it is like a audio cassette or video cassette, a tape which is made up of plastic ribbon and coated with magnetism material on one side, inside a cassette. Okay, and the third one is compact disc. And compact discs are very popular because of its optical storage. Okay, in the compact discs we generally store data with the teeny bits which are burned with a thin coating on the disk surface area. CDR, when generally of two types. First one is CDR and second one is CDRW. In CDR we generally read only. Okay, we should not write any data on CDR, but in CDRW we generally read as well as write data on the CD. For writing such kind of information on CD, we require CD writer. Okay, and the CD has the storage capacity of 600 to 700 MB of data. The next kind of storage device is DVD. DVD is similar function as the compact disc CD, but it has a large capacity to store data. Generally, DVD size come in between 4.2 to 4.6 GB. Okay, and the last one of our storage device is zip disk. A zip disk is similar to floppy disk, but it is capable of storing large amount of data as compared to floppy disk. So we have completed the whole chapter. What we have learned so far in this chapter, we have learned what is computer system, what is its hardware, such as input device, output device, what is the its language processor, types of language processor. Types of language processor generally three types: interpreter, assembler, and compiler. And we also know types of computer memory, that is two types mainly it has. First one is primary memory. Primary memory are two types, RAM and ROM, and the second one is secondary memory. Example: CD, DVD, okay, floppy, hard disk. These are the example of secondary storage device in computer system. I hope you understand very well. Have a nice day. Thank you.